All right, well, hello and welcome back for our second game of the night as we are getting ready for our second Prism game of the night as well. Hoping for another good game. Let me get the info sent out there as again, we do not have Bacchus mod updated once again, so we will be running it back with the same overlay as last time. And so we'll see as we can run through our graphics, of course. You can see the two results on the board. Game 5 wins on both ends over Miami for Chicago and over Steinhatchee for New York, giving them a third and fifth place result. And then on the schedule, you can see one game filled in, another game 5 as Havana took down Arcadia in 5 games last night. And so we'll see again if this can keep that up as we look over to the standings. Currently, it was Havana who battled up to 1-1, and Arcadia who fell to 0-2. Meanwhile, the 1-0 teams have not played yet, and there are 3 0-1 teams left in place. Moving over to our stats, Hallow and Code take the honors of being key players, although it's a lot more split for New York. Everyone getting involved in different ways. We'll see as we are waiting. Both teams kind of waiting on people to join up. And so we will see about that. But yeah, as I think, again, it's kind of similar to last game, except both teams won. That I think ceiling wise, I would probably put Chicago higher. I mean, of course, they have Hallow, and then they have a really good backing to them as well. And then on the other side, you have New York, who were viewed as maybe one of the lower power ranked teams, but then they come out and look just a step ahead of Steinhatchee for a full series and end up taking that one down in the end, even though they did need all 5 games. So I think New York looked really good and got an impressive win. Meanwhile, Chicago, it feels like they have a really high ceiling and also did manage to get their win with a better goal diff in the end. Yeah, as they had a 2 better goal diff, +5 instead of actually 4 better, +5 instead of +1 compared to New York. So, yeah, just kind of won more confidently, even though they both went 5 games. So one team might end up one daying because they have 2 people so far. The other team has 2 in call, but my last update was that one of them was having trouble opening the game. And so we'll see. Hopefully, again, we get our teams in and we can get the game underway. Still checking for Bacchus mod, which is not yet updated. I love to see it. But yeah, so this is another one that is tough. I'm just thinking, technically, Pick Cop could play. Right? Like, there are Prism free agents that I would assume those would be better options. But Pick Cop could take it into his own hands, you know? Because, yeah, he's a non playing manager, but he's a playing pixel player, and you can pull up pixel players. So he would be allowed to play. I would be surprised if that's the route he goes, but last chance, I think that would be possible. And yeah, it does look like they found a Prism free agent. Bang. And so that will be the route they go. And so we are seeing if the other team will get everyone in. And we don't have anyone in the lobby just yet. But again, hopefully we will get there. As I don't think I at all made a prediction in the last series. And boy, would I struggle for this one. Obviously, we have rosters missing, which as of now, with what we're looking at, definitely skews it in New York's favor, in my opinion. But just look at the teams flat. It's tough, man. I would probably go like maybe Chicago 3-1, or I could easily see like another New York 3-2. I might, especially after where we're at in terms of rosters, I might go to a... All right, and I am back. A player was having an issue with opening his game, so they wanted me to join, I'm guessing to, like, see it. But then as I was going to do that, they got it fixed, and so we're good. Yeah, we are just waiting. That would be... One team then has their PFA and should be good. The other team is fully in. Okay. So, because I was... One member of Chicago wasn't joining call, but I do see them that they're in the lobby, and so it seems like they're going to be good. And then the other team has 2 members and now is locking in a PFA. So, that means we should be good. And now with it in mind that Chicago have full rosters, I'm leaning back in favor of Chicago. It would be, but they're now in VC and the game hasn't started yet. So, we're good. But yeah, you do need to be in your call, of course. And they weren't joining, but they now joined, obviously, the game and then the call. And so, yeah, as we do have one team in, and then the second has followed. So, yeah, I'm aware, red guy. And so, I think we're good to go. And so, this is the first time we are seeing Chicago's full roster, as they didn't have BP last week. So, it'll be interesting to see that dynamic. Not sure how much they've played together. I'm going to go Chicago on this one. And I'm thinking a 3-1 or 3-2. I can say a 3-2, but I think if I go 3-2, it's partially because Chicago might not have that much experience playing with each other as a roster. But I think they have a higher ceiling. And Mellow for Code will slow down New York, which I think they can definitely still be a dangerous team. If anything, slow teams are difficult to play. But I think it's a really big advantage for Chicago, who are probably going to try to play really fast. As Hallow starts this out looking for some sort of a pogo play. Won't quite be able to find it. Now up in the air, though, BP is there. And there's goal number 1. Just an awkward touch, and BP is there to punish. If there was one thing you noted from his Pixel play last season, it was aggression. This one's played up off the sidewall. New York looking for a response. I think that was kind of the main thing we highlighted for the Chicago team. Obviously, Hallow's going to be Hallow. Then you expect BP to be aggressive, which leaves Wiko to maybe be a bit more of that third man a lot of the time. And so you're kind of wondering how exactly he'll make that work in a Prism environment. Of course, we'll see how that team dynamic builds throughout the series, but already the speed working out pretty well, I'd say, for this Chicago team. As Nate up in the air with it, looking for the air dribble, dropping it back down, 50 over to the left wall. Now BP in the air, looking for a reset, may have gotten it, and he does use it for a wave dash, but will not be able to get back to the ball. Mellow now another 50 forward, awkward for Chicago, and Jared jumps the play. 1-1, New York force parity. Mellow able to just push it forward, and then Jared able to punish the awkward play from the defense. And now backflipped by Nate. BP trying to center it across. It'll pinch downfield. I think it's wide, and it will go just so. BP now up towards the ceiling. 1 touchdown. Mellow not able to read it, and BP will get back. Seals the boost, goes off the ceiling, fakes the pass, but Jared will cut it away. Hallow now left alone, gets 1 touch, not out just yet, but the flip will get it there. Wiko not able to read that one. Mellow up towards the back wall, but Hallow will jump away from him. He'll get the air dribble to midfield, now waiting under it, faking the boost, and will be able to get a 50 out of it. Nate now trying to get a clear away. Gets a bump on Wiko. Another shot by Jared, but BP, even without boost, is there for that one. Now off the right wall again. Mellow dropping it down. Hallow another bang and clear downfield, but Nate is there to respond. half the game gone, still 1-1 here, as it felt like Chicago as a whole have kind of just been out of sequence. This one's dropping down, popped back, but not a lot going to happen as BP's able to get it away. Feels like you're seeing moments of speed, moments of pressure, but then like there, one that's just kind of floating in the midfield, but no one able to go as Hallow has to wait on 3 players sitting in front of him. Or a couple times we've seen Wico maybe have an awkward read or something. That Chicago, of course, are in a very good spot in this game still, tied with 2 minutes left, but overall it's been a pretty awkward game for them, which has probably allowed the window to be a little bit open for New York. Hallow, though, with control of this one going up, gets a reset, but can't do a lot with it, as now Jared forced to pop that one straight up in the air, and Mello will get back to it. Now high at the midfield, Hallow on it first, BP there next, goes for a catch around, but not enough power. Nate now even on the 50, it'll drop back down to Jared, and he'll catch it. Flick past one, Hallow is there, but Nate's able to save it away. Now up in the air again, Wico off the corner, bouncing around, looking for the shot, and he does it himself. 75 left on the clock, and Chicago retake the lead as Wico dunks it through. He plays it around, and then he finishes it himself. And you can talk about their sink, you can talk about how maybe disjointed they've been, but in spite of it all, Chicago still playing from in front as we enter the final minute here. Jared not able to get a piece of that one. BP now gonna beat Nate. Mello trying to get a touch, but it's still going the wrong way. Jared trying to recover back to it. Now around the outside again, Nate, another long clear downfield. Jared looking for a play. BP will catch it down. Now Nate, another one down off the back wall. Hallow trying to control, turns into a 50, but it'll just go neutral across, and that'll end up a fine outcome for Chicago, because Hallow finds Wico, and they're already down into the orange half. Mello now a good clear downfield, but it's just wide of the net again. Nate will try to jump up, but his touch wide as well. 20 seconds left to go here. Time running short for New York. And as they're trapped on the wrong side of the field, they're just not going to have enough to get it done. Mello will go for a flick. It's blocked to the side by Hallow. Popped away by Wico. The clock strikes 0. And game number 1 will go to the Inferno. Now, hold. We are in the air. That one should fall. And so it will. So, good fight by New York as they get a goal and manage to make it an overall very close game, coming down to one late goal. But as they get outshot 9-7, just not enough in order to take that game. And so, as we get ready to look on towards game number 2 on DFH, it will be Chicago 1 game to the better in the set. Now the question is, just as with our last one, we did see we saw a decent play out of New York. You saw them kind of manage to hold on, you can say, but control overall was pretty clearly in favor of Chicago. So I'm certainly interested to see where this goes. But right now, it's going in favor of Chicago, because BP off the kickoff wins 150, parks under it, doinks it in. It's right under Jared, and that's goal number 1. So already 1-0 here for Chicago, 8 seconds in. And now New York, as we see Nate switching away from his randomized preset into a Fennec, and hey, seems to be working out pretty well. He gets the pass down off the resets, and it sets up Mello, who will get on the board with a goal here. Pretty well slotted up in the top left corner, and we're all tied up, 17 seconds in. Now over off the sidewall. Hallow trying to follow it. Gets a reset. Gets a 50. Down into the corner. Now Nate going up with it. One touch forward. Looking to get a touch down in front of the net. Just a little bit wide. Nate now on it. This one played around. Mello dropping it down off the back wall. And it's Hallow to clear it downfield. Jared now sending it away. Hallow for the touch forward. Nate will knock it back down. BP trying to jump up for it. Nate will send it away. Another one touchdown as Jared will be there to catch. Looking for the cut across, but Hallow there uncontested. Now dropping down, it will be Nate. Another banger downfield. Mello's in the air. Bouncing down, not to be. BP trying for a clear. Jared trying to keep it in, but it's right to Hallow. Hallow's in the air. Off the backboard. Mello able to get it away. BP now another one towards the net, but it's Jared to clear it away again. Now Nate downfield looking for a play, but it'll be Hallow to catch and air dribble it out. Now pinched towards the net. Nate blocks it over to the left wall. Nate, a follow, but it's gonna be wide. I think Wico, who's now in a dominus, would have had time to get there, but just not gonna need to because it just flies wide. Something we've seen several times from New York here so far. And as there are 2 minutes played and it's still a tied game, you definitely like to see them take advantage of those chances as Jared's just going to dribble by one. There's no one in net, and it's going to be BP who 50s it in against Hallow. Jared, of course, getting the credit for it. Maybe slows this one down a bit too much. Does allow Hallow to just barely reach it, but then his teammate can't react in time, and it still goes in through him. So New York are gonna capture a lead here. As it's down off the ceiling, pinched forward. Wico trying to play it forward. Jared bringing it down. BP now around the corner. Mello looking for the play. Double demo for Chicago. Hallow with time, dropping it down, but Jared gets in for a great 50 and now forces Chicago to retreat. One good touch by BP, and Nate will try to set it up. Wico a little bit awkward. Will beat one. Almost beats two, and Will with that next touch. Now he'll just continue to force it. Pinch over a third. BP trying to get up. Knocks it to the back wall, but it's not a great bounce, and Hallow can only seal the boost for now. Before he turns right back in, gets another 50, and keeps the pressure alive. Jared now from his own backboard, losing height quickly, but Hallow's touch is just backwards. And that'll force at least a moment for Chicago to regather themselves. Nate now looking for a clear, cutting down. Hallow playing the 50. It gets by him, but it's wide. Hallow now, no boost. One touch away. Jared will get it by him. BP up in the air. Nate gonna slow it down. Going for the reset. Don't believe he got it. Either way, it's Mello to bang it forward as Hallow's waiting back to catch it. Now around the corner again. 50 there by Jared, but it's saved away by Chicago. 90 seconds left to go. Chicago still trailing. But they've done pretty well at getting pressure, and so we just need to see them take that step and get that goal across the line. Mello now trying to chase this one, though, as everyone committed there, but it's a good 50 played by BP. And Chicago, again, just going to survive, get it away, and prepare to continue on playing. This one now down again, popped away. Nate trying to turn, gets it downfield. This one towards the net, it's Hallow off the right wall. Mello knocking it down. BP off the corner, popped off the bar. I think it would have been an own goal if it went in, but it stays just out. And New York hold their lead. Now downfield again, Hallow still staying with it, under it for the catch, sent downfield, Jared in the air. Wico just gonna fly by it for the moment. Nate now around the outside, but BP gets the clear away. Mello now on it, big clear downfield, but BP will get the touch out. Now Nate on it again, trying to send it away, pass across, Hallow will go for the clear. Final 10 seconds. New York still holding their lead, but now they're forced to play some defense at the last second. but the clock strikes 0. Nate wins it forward. It's still in the air, but New York are oh so close, and they'll tie the series. A close win, but an inverse of the last game. They get outshot 7-4, but they will tie it up 1-1. After 2 games, we will once again avoid a sweep as we look towards Urban Central for our 3rd game. And I think it's still Chicago who are in favor here. I think that's very fair to say. I think it's still Chicago who have looked like the more threatening, as I've said in the past, team. As I didn't update the score, gotta show the gameplay. And then there you go. But I think Chicago have probably been the more threatening team. But at the same time, New York have held on really well in both of these games. And of course, as we said, they needed to find a couple chances in order to give themselves a lead to hold on to. And couldn't quite do it in game 1. Did it in game 2. So I think the question will be, can Chicago find enough pressure to just kind of suffocate them out of the game? And then will New York manage to take advantage and actually hold on to a lead, even if Chicago aren't playing perfect? As Rico tries to play this one forward, will be forced to leave it before a double. Nate's 50 now falls to Jared, who goes past midfield. The cut up is blocked down off the ceiling. Mello catching up to it. Hallow will go up, 50 away. Nate's in the air. Nate has a goal. 1-0. It is New York who score first again. They will take the lead. I know this one's played out to the side. BP trying to get there, but just sent away. 8 now up in the air again. This one will fall right back down. Wico trying to get it away. Mello still behind it, going for the dribble and the play downfield. 50 up in the air, and now sent downfield. Hallow already behind it. Reset forward, off the backboard, off the post. BP, I think, had a pretty open net, but tries to place it too hard. Puts it wide, and the lead stays with New York. Nate now given a moment of control before he's bumped right back off it. Mello trying to get it forward. This one down towards the back wall before Jared plays it over to the side. Now a reset forward again. Jared around trying to play it. BP there, but gets bumped off. That'll slow him down, but he still wins the next play. Wico had a chance. It wasn't on target. Now around again, dropping down. Nate looking for the play. This one flicked forward. Now off the left wall again. Wico. Mello now another save up in the air. Off the right wall again. Chicago trying to push. Final 2 minutes says, okay, hold on. What is that? BP plays it off the back wall. Wico without boost. I think he read that. I mean, he's not skipping the replay, but he didn't even air roll his car. He hits that angle. And it is 1-1 parity, but not for long. The tables have turned as Chicago score 2 straight. And they lead 2-1. Now push back in again. Wico trying to stay with it. BP now pinching it down. Mello looking for another play, but it's out to the side. BP now now looking for another touch. Reset forward, but down off the ceiling. And now this one forward, blocked away by Hallow. Clear downfield again. Hallow trying to send it down. Mello over to the left side. Now Mello trying to send it downfield. Hallow looking for the back wall, but it's blocked away by Jared. Mello now in the air looking for a play. Wiko will take it instead, but the two commit and they put it wide. So Chicago will not be able to expand on their lead just yet, at least. 70 seconds left to play. It has been all Chicago for a quite formidable amount of time. But the silver lining for New York is you're only down one, and it could only take one. But Hallow able to stand tall on that one. Jared now trying to get it across, but BP will play it out. Hallow and Nate both there. They both get beat. Wiko is on it. Wiko saved by Nate. Hallow moving in. Goes straight up. Looking for the drop down. Mello will force it away. 35 seconds now. Nate trying to play it away. Boost will spawn in front of him. He'll try to play it. He'll get bumped off. The clear is there. 25 seconds, dropping lower. New York again within one, but here's an overcommit. Nate scores. 2-all. It looked so guaranteed, but Wiko pushes up too far. There's no one else back. Nate gets a free goal, and New York are right back in it. Off the right wall now, in the air. Hallow will get it over. He'll get the double. Almost goes right back in, but it's 50'd away by Nate. Nate now, the shot. All three jump. Hallow doesn't have another. Bouncing right at Wiko. Clock strike 0. Overtime in game 3. Wiko now playing it over to the left side. BP's already there. Touch forward, blocked away. Hallow under it. Trying to keep control. Going for the air dribble. The dunk is there, but it's 50'd away. Wiko will recenter. Jared will go for the clear. Now off the left wall, Nate trying to play it forward. Hallow will dunk it right back away. Dropping down, Hallow the center. Mello will clear it long. Now Nate over to the right side again. Jared trying to jump up. Will 50 it forward. Hallow beats 2. Mello's alone to the backboard. Hallow, it's high. 2 players in the air. Wiko 50'd away by Jared. Mello now trying to get there as Hallow is on it again. He'll keep control. He'll center it down. The reset is there. And this time it's in. BP gets the last touch. 3-2 in overtime. Another battle, but another one won by Chicago. They outshoot 16-7, and they win it in overtime. You know, maybe not as convincing as you'd like if you are Chicago, but at the end of the day, again, as we say, a win is a win. They closed that one out, and they are now 1 away from staying undefeated. As we move on, game number 4. Match point in favor of the Inferno, but New York have not made it easy. And it would be naive to expect it to change now as we load in game number 4 on the Coliseum. As the Nightmare battle to keep their series hopes alive. Hallow trying to cut it up in the air. Gets bumped and can't quite recover. This one dropped down. Wiko barely evades that nudge and is able to play it forward, although it is caught away by Mello. BP's touch now all the way downfield, but Hallow's able to get a piece of it and double it off to the side. Wiko now trying to get downfield. He has BP, a lead blocker. BP dribbles instead. They called an audible, and it's goal number 1 to the Inferno as Mello gets diced up. Just not able to read that one. As Hallow now trying to get it downfield. This one around, dropping down. Nate trying to pop it up, waiting behind it. Will get past Wiko. Still on it, but can't get the flick, and BP will get the save. Now downfield again. This one sent away. Nate for a shot. It's off the back wall. Nate has it. We are tied. Nate is given the shot. And he stays true. New York again fall behind, but again will not let that stop them. As it's now up off the left wall. Wiko trying to play it forward. Hallow just going to get up, beat New York's player, and now Wiko given a chance as he'll 50 it forward. Might look for another dish. Instead, it's a pass. Wiko to BP again. And matching the series score, it's a 2-1 lead for Chicago. They aren't waiting. They aren't letting it stay close or stay tied. They are pulling the lead right back. We'll see if they can extend it, though, as New York look to defend here. Drop down, and it's easy enough. Roll reversal, 3-1. BP this time, the one who leaves it off to Wiko. And Wiko slams it home. Up in the air, Hallow trying to just make it awkward. Now saved away by Wiko. Up off the right wall. Dropping down, Hallow's already there. It's off the back wall. No read with a shot. Just barely wide. A saving grace for New York, who can't really afford to give up anything else. Off the corner, dropping down again. This one off the left wall, dropping down, double commit again. BP, open net, but can't cut it back enough. Now he needs a pass. No bump though, and Nate will be there. It's Hallow on it again, trying to get it cleared away. One touch away, reset over one, pinch through a second. They'll take a pretty hefty bounce off the corner though, and that could be a little bit better for New York, but Hallow cuts in front, beats them all, and unfortunately for himself, New York's last man was able to get there. So it won't turn into a goal, but hey, instead of an assist, he'll get credit for the goal itself. As this one goes straight in, and it is 4-1 Chicago. They are dominating here in the Coliseum. Scoreline yet to be seen, and of course, still quite a ways to go to actually close it out, but with the way the series has gone, I'd be surprised. I would, in fact, be surprised if New York can pull this one back, but we'll see. I am very surprised at the odds. Mincy and the Chicago Believers got very lucky that everyone, or at least the pretty clear majority, went New York, which I definitely wouldn't expect. Now, I had it pregame probably more even than I'm hindsight saying now, but like I still had it like going either way, as Mello does get one back here, so again, not over. As it's cleared downfield, Mello gonna get it forward, and it's just a long shot that goes in. I mean, Kellen, you can wait for me to put up the graphic. The prediction won't close before I get the stats graphic up, you know? You could have waited for that. True. Yeah, for sure, it's definitely happening. This one's blocked off the left wall. BP not going to be able to get the double. Making a land, and he'll go again. Wiko, though, challenging, wins it away from him. BP is there for the center. Nate will get it away to the other side. If you look to the left and right in the names. There you go. This one now up in the air. We go. Not able to get to that one. Hallow now jumping up. It's pushed away again. Mello now looking for the touch. It's up towards the ceiling, dropping back down. Hallow will send it downfield. Now BP looking for it. Has the angle. Jared will keep it away. But of course, as they get more and more saves, the time drops lower and lower. 50 seconds now. They're still trailing by 2. Hallow trying to send it downfield. Mello with a backflip. Not going to be able to recover for it. And as they get stuck back in their half again and again, Chicago, they don't keep up the fast-paced scoring, but they do keep up the pressure. And as we said they might, they do just suffocate New York out of the game and out of the series. Final 20 seconds running down here. New York put up a fight in every game, but a fight will not result in a win on its own. Chicago, just a little bit too strong. They will shut down the nightmare and burn their way to a 2-0 record. With a 3-1 series win. So we will, of course, ask about an interview, and of course, not expecting Hallow there. But, I mean, I'm interested to see what they have to say. Obviously, after the last series, they were kind of a little bit, yeah, whatever. It was a win, so we'll see if they're a little bit happier with this one. But overall, I think solid series for the Inferno and a good fight from New York. Of course, no code is a pretty clear loss for them, and it did show in the end. But, yeah, as we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Chicago. This time you guys get it done in 4. How does it feel to be 2-0?
Great. You know.
Carried. I feel carried my first game here.
Carried.
Hey, you got a couple plays in there. Got a couple plays.
Yeah.
Couple. I also whipped more than I hit the ball.
It was decent. Me and Wiko were on wavelength, but when you just have Hollow on your team, you can't really like take any of the credit because it does make it easy.
That's
and they
fair.
weren't even. I mean, they weren't at full strength, so it's not like they're bad or anything. They didn't have code or anybody, and that was like all last minute. I feel like.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was a good game,
though. Mello, my goat. Sorry, man.
Yeah, Mello is goated.
Now, I will say overall, I feel like you guys had a pretty clear advantage through most of the series. First, I'll ask, what happened for them to take that game in game 2?
Oh my God, that was on me. I don't know if you literally saw my own goal, but I'm pretty sure that's what helped them take it. I mean, we were just like, I just played bad that game. I feel like if me or Wiko don't play bad, then it's just a little bit harder on Hollow for him to actually carry us completely. But then we just played solid, consolidated gameplay for the rest of the series. I feel like that's just how you win most of these games with someone like that on your team.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then kind of the opposite of that, game 4, pretty clearly the most controlled and dominated by you guys. So what was that? You guys just found that play style and locked it in?
Yeah, I just feel like I figured out you just got to give them like, if you give them like, I'm not good at the game or anything, but if I feel like if you hit like 1,700 level passes to Hollow, he'll just be able to put them around people like that are the same rank as like me or something like that, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it just felt natural. I was just trying to bang the ball as hard as I could up high on the backboard, and Hollow could either just bang it in or hit 5 flip resets and then score it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Play.
Now, yeah, next
what do we play next week?
You guys are up against Steinhatchee. How do you feel about that one?
Who's on that team?
That's Kobob, Yami, 8-Bit Man.
Sounds
8-Bit
right.
Man?
Sounds
right.
8-Bit
Man.
Yeah, I think we got that in the bag.
8-Bit Man's cool. Yeah, that's a good one. I feel like I don't know any of them, so we're probably going to win. When do we play you, Doggo?
That will
We play
be
Doggo week
week
7.
5.
Seven.
5.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at Calgary. I don't know why I thought you were Calgary. I seen red and I'm like 7.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, doggo.
Gulp.
You're my main target. Yeah, I wanna try to get you because you
Yeah,
live
that
very
Hallow
close to
guy's
me.
scary.
I know. We live too close, so I got to be the best like Ohioan. I feel like in here.
There's
That's
a
my
lot of
goal.
There are
people.
a
That's my
lot
goal
of
this season.
Ohio people, but yeah, I don't know if
A lot of
many.
Ohio people in here.
This red
I got
guy,
a rep.
but all right. Well, congratulations on another win, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Doggo.
yeah.
Thanks for casting.
All right, and that will do it for our second series, but we do got one more teed up back over in Pixels. We're going to have the Loudon Lynx up against the KC Foxtrotters. Should be another good one. We hope to see you back, but your final score here one last time, Chicago 3, New York 1. We'll see you back in just a couple minutes.